Shalom, welcome to the Jewish Task Force, JTF. My name is Chaim Ben Pesach. This program is dedicated to elevating the souls of Simcha Bat Shlomo, Pesach Ben Dov, and Meir Ben Yecheskel. Barack Hussein Obama and the Obama-worshipping left-wing news media are demanding that Mitt Romney release more than 2 years of his tax returns. Mitt Romney is willing to release the past 2 years of his tax returns, which is what presidential candidates have always done, or have usually done. John McCain, for instance, released 2 years of his tax returns. But the Obama campaign and the left-wing news media are making some big issue of this to try to find anything they can to divert attention from Obama's catastrophic record, his disastrous record of destroying America's economy and leading the United States down the path to eventual bankruptcy. How should Mitt Romney and the Republicans and conservatives respond to this demagogic demand from Obama and the news media? They should respond by saying, you, Barack Hussein Obama, are the one who should be releasing something. You should be releasing your high school and college records. Let's see what your grades were in high school and college. Let's see what your SAT scores were. How did you get admitted into Columbia University and Harvard Law School, two of the most prestigious, expensive universities in the world at the time? How did you get admitted into those two Ivy League, prestigious, super expensive universities receiving scholarships and all types of special benefits? How did you get in when you yourself admitted that you were not a good student? You yourself admitted that you spent time, when in your books that you wrote, you admitted that you spent time running around, ignoring studies, and just partying and smoking pot and getting high and snorting coke. That's what you spent your time doing. You had lousy grades. You were a terrible student. And yet you're admitted into Columbia University and Harvard Law School, two of the best universities in the world, and you're given scholarship, and you're given all types of scholarship benefits. I know Jewish geniuses who couldn't get into Harvard Law School. I know one Jewish kid that I went to school with who had a 96% average, grade average. 96% grade average, and he was brilliant. And his 96% was in a school filled with Jewish kids who were very smart. And he couldn't get into Harvard Law School. And you got in ahead of him? You got in ahead of all of these brilliant students, Jewish students, white students, Asian students who were rejected with grades in the upper 90s. They were rejected. And you got in? How did you get in? You got in with lousy grades because of your race, because you were black. Because there is a system of discrimination in the United States for the past 50 years called affirmative action, where the government and private companies and universities and all of American society officially, institutionally discriminate based on race. It's a fact. It's a fact that people are admitted to jobs, promotions, colleges, universities, programs, solely because of their race, which is racism. Martin Luther King said in his I Have a Dream speech that people should be judged based upon the content of their character, not on the color of their skin. And yet for the past 50 years, America has been discriminating in favor of blacks and various other favored groups, preferred groups, discriminating in their favor. And you were a beneficiary of that. Is that fair? Shouldn't the white working class voters in Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Florida, and the swing states, shouldn't they know that they and their children could never get the benefits that you were given? You were pushed ahead your whole life because of this. You were elected to the United States Senate even though you accomplished nothing in your life. Nothing. You were a community organizer. You were a joke. You never accomplished one thing in your life, and you were made a United States Senator and became a national figure overnight. You were pushed ahead your whole life, even though you didn't deserve it. You didn't earn it. While other people who did earn it were shoved down and pushed out of the way to make room for you. You were a U.S. Senator then for 4 years, just for 4 years. And you never even showed up on the job. From the minute you were elected to the Senate, you spent that whole 4-year period campaigning for the presidency. You were out full-time campaigning for the presidency, never even showed up as a senator, never even showed up on the job. And you were handed the presidency of the United States with that type of record? Is this fair? Is this just? Is this an equitable system? Or is this institutionalized racism? That's the question. Because we at JTF are opposed to all forms of racism. We believe in a system based on merit. That every person, black, white, brown, yellow, red, green or purple, we don't care what the color of your skin is. You should be judged solely on your character, and if you're applying for a job, or you're applying to get into a school, or you're applying for a scholarship, or if you're running for public office, it should be based upon your qualifications, your experience, your grades, your test scores. This system we have a system in this country where we dumb down tests now, and have dumbed down the whole educational system in order to accommodate affirmative action and affirmative action students. It's destroying America's entire educational system, which is grossly inferior to what it was 50 years ago when this insanity started. Grossly inferior. Universities and colleges were vastly superior to what they are now. Vastly superior. Kids in Harvard and Yale and Princeton were geniuses 50 years ago. But you got ahead. You got ahead and were pushed ahead unfairly. You were pushed over other people unfairly. You never earned anything in your life. You were just pushed ahead and given one thing after another on a silver platter until you were finally given the presidency, even though you accomplished nothing. You accomplished nothing in your life, and you're handed the presidency with no experience, no ability, no qualifications, no accomplishments or achievements in your life, and you're handed the presidency of the United States, the most important office in the world? That's why people should be able to see your grades in high school and college, and the Romney campaign and the Republicans and conservatives should be demanding that you show us your grades. Let people see, all those millions of people out there that have higher grades than you, let them see what you got and what they don't get. Let them see how you got ahead when they can't. They're going to be drowning their whole life in debts. Debts from the student loans they had to take out while you were getting scholarships that you were unqualified for. Let them see that. Let them know what they're dealing with when they deal with Barack Hussein Obama. You have the nerve to ask Mitt Romney, who earned every penny he has. You have the nerve to demand that he release even more tax returns than other presidential candidates have done in the past. He's released the past 2 years. That's more than enough. All these other side issues that you're demagogically raising are pure baloney. You're the one with something to hide, Barack Hussein Obama. You're the one with a corrupt history and past in Chicago politics. You're the one with a relationship with the convicted felon who's now doing time, Tony Resko, who was also a supporter of Islamic terrorism. You're the one with that history. You're the one that went to Farrakhan's rallies. You're the one that writes in your book about your hatred and resentment toward white people. Dreams from My Father. You write and say in your book, and people can find this, how much you resent white people, or what you call white folks, and all the terrible things white folks do to you. You're the one with this history. You're the one who has something to hide, not Mitt Romney. If you want Barack Hussein Obama to be exposed the way he should be exposed, join JTF. The Romney campaign, the Republicans and conservatives are afraid to tell the truth. They're afraid to really go out and tell the truth. We've got to support them anyway. We've got to support Mitt Romney. He's the only chance we have of saving America from a second term for Barack Hussein Obama, which would be an unbelievable disaster. The only chance we have is to support Mitt Romney, and we have to support him. But he and the Republicans and conservatives, they're not going to, even though they know this is all true, they've been so beaten down and so terrified, they're afraid to tell the truth. But we will tell the truth. That's why you got to join us to expose the truth, so that we can defeat Obama and elect Romney and save America, Israel, and Western civilization from a catastrophe on Election Day on November 6th. You don't have to be Jewish to join the JTF Forum. About half of our members are not Jewish. If you want to get involved in our campaign to beat Obama and elect Romney, join our forum. Hope to see you on the forum. Shalom.